Good afternoon, friends. Greetings to all of you. Here's my little sister Yelena Hodnikova. She also greets you all. Hi, everyone. And the guys have prepared a list of questions for me. I am ready to give all the answers, so let's start. Alright, let's start. Everyone is interested in a question about the marketing plan, about how it can be worked with. If there is some hidden difficulty, there are some hidden difficulties, and everyone is interested in how the network can be organized correctly. I mean, it's not just like everyone has active partners, right? Of course, yes. There are also passive people who do not know how to invite, but at the same time they are ready to answer well. How can you take advantage of them? In fact, passive people, you can also divide those people into two categories. There are some who are passive fundamentally and they will never do anything as they are lazy or for some other reason they cannot do anything. Helena, look whom to receive or not. Here are some newcomers. There are those who are indeed ready to work but are lacking some confidence or they don't know how, and we can change these various settings of a person because I'm going to make a new video dedicated to that topic because in fact you have to take some more time to that and it's not that complicated when you have the understanding and don't make the most drastic mistakes. The hardest mistake of rookies is that they start to impose aggressively. They tend to ignore the interests of a certain person, but rather they focus on their own interests. Well, something like that, quite trivial mistakes of a person who doesn't know how to sell. In fact, all of this can be learned. There's a basic set of rules, and if the rules are followed, anyone learn it. Because in fact, here you have to show the result. And another very common mistake is to stop trying as you fail. In fact, any of us can fail, and it happens all the time. All successful people are those who failed more than others, but they keep on doing. That's why they achieve any success. Well, actually, we have a solution. Of course, the best is the main force program because it's where new participants are best placed in terms of opportunities. But for the active ones, just in the first two programs, the classic and the boost, it offers a wide range of possibilities because they are just designed for the active promotion. And in fact, all three of these programs complement each other quite well. There are also opportunities for passive people as well. Most of them are in the program number 3, the backbone program. And these opportunities may also exist in the first two programs, but they are not guaranteed. It's an important condition for the program to be stable so that it's not a typical pyramid which promises profits for all. These projects ensure payments at an early stage, like that one infamous program given with lots of hype, with the obvious result in the end. So yes, you can enter any of the three programs, and you just have to inform people properly because we have a lot of experience with the phenomenon that people realize how it works. They understand that, in fact, it is not that complicated at all. Quite the contrary. Did I understand you correctly that you don't have to place a person in a certain position from the start so he or she could have some profit? Of course, there are more opportunities to make a profit from the beginning, but you should never guarantee it to people. Do not make this mistake since we perform transparent, open business, so you can make a profit or you shall not. And this is that's something that maintains its sustainability since nothing is taken from the air. The system is not damaged. The system is stable. Even the forcage is in which there was nothing additional. The system was working and would have continued to work if not stigmatized and thrown away as a financial pyramid. So, if we're going to stop the system like we do with our metaverse, with the tokenomics and another product that we're going to present, then there should be even more sustainability. Lado, I'm eager to ask you a question. I'm Sergey Trainin. I'm an active participant. Hello, Sergey. Greetings. Look, I'm not going to ask you anything at once. So, one of the questions that arises from potential candidates, partners, regulators, leaders, what is about the passive income? How is it provided? How people can see it? Well, there is an active part of income, that's clear, and there is a passive part too. So, what's about the passive part? What does it consist of? Thank you. Well, first of all, that's not guaranteed but possible and provided by the binary plan. That's the passive income. Moreover, the fourth, the main program, is capable of the biggest possibility for passive income provided by the coin because the tokenomics is very well developed, starting from the algorithm during the pre-sale period. It will make growth and this growth will continue. But we also have to point out that nothing is guaranteed, but we're sure that but we're sure that it will be for a number of reasons that we can explain convincingly, such as we have limited currency issuance, meanwhile the currency will have constantly growing demand. All the three marketing strategies are working for the currency, so there we already need the coins. We have already shown how to obtain the growth on the example of a product that didn't even have an extra part. That is why we are sure that here we are going to always have constant growth. More and more people who are going to withdraw coins to use them. We are going to have products for which currency is still required. We're going to have very active staking of two types. We do not explain the normal staking at all because it is clear that there may be the D access and additional. It is clear. We're going to have a unique staking model that no one has yet used, which, like the rest of the income, is economically viable, and another passive income for those who enter on the pre-start stage. At the moment the project is being prepared, people will receive NFT that can be used later for access in the metaverse. But also, if you manage to receive it in the pre-sale instead, you will be able to use to earn income from those products of the metaverse, which is in fact which has become possible thanks to you as a participant. Here, please give us some more details. What does it mean that one can get NFT? Not just can get, but surely gets them. If you enter the program in the pre-sale phase at the beginning, while the coin haven't entered the open market, at this moment for each level, you will receive your NFT. Your option is to wait until the moment when you'll be able to use the access to the metaverse, or to wait when it will be launched and become profitable, and the interest will be distributed from that income even furthermore. Well, I understand. Now I want to ask about stacking. For the sake of simplicity and clarity, can it be said that thanks to stacking, certain interest is promised per month? No, that's not so. This can be done in financial pyramids as a rule. Everything has to be economically feasible. There is an exact income on which there is a certain interest that we receive. There is a kind of stacking through the DEX, the well-known one. People are going to exchange, to trade. One wants to sell, one wants to buy something on the basis of non-centralized exchange. There they perform it while paying some fee for that. Eventually, the fee may constitute a great deal, but if you have sent those coins to the liquidity pool to make the exchange possible, then you have to receive your tax on the interest on the fee. If yes, it's quite clear. It's economically feasible, but we are going to have another type of stacking, which we still keep a secret. What's about the secrets? I'll tell you beforehand to avoid any further questions. We already see it in practice that it does make sense. We have already opened the classic marketing model, and I'm ready to open the boost marketing that I just said. And I was shown some slides for the video that is already prepared. Wait another week and it's ready. The marketing schematics of the main program force will be published a bit later, and that's why. Look, when we released the classic, I was mentioning some main marketing points of the force. I wanted to show that it is something different to make the whole situation clear. As in the classic matrix that is divided, you cannot create marketing with these products and with this cryptocurrency economy that is supposed to be in the force. Here's the type of economy that was required. There it was an interest of 15% declared. And what do we see? Just another financial pyramid merged that is copying the smart way with some changes, and they're called the Force USDT, and they are talking about the 15% that I said of different levels. So we have the reason not to reveal all the information yet, but don't worry, all the information required will be supplied in time. We have given some information in advance about the classic model, and we have already given some about the boost, although we are waiting a bit for the classic. What's about the main program, we will also give the information a little bit later. The stacking starts a little later when the pre-sale will end, when it will be on the open market, and there will be an opportunity to gain some. This will surely interest anyone who doesn't know what marketing is. When are they going to know what the possibilities here that is going to create a currency deficit, and you know how the deficit influences the price. Well, yes, I remember how it started back then. Strategic question. Leto, it is clear that most of people are already organized apparently, so we will not be able to, in some respect, to control the whole marketing process. The need to press the button urgently, faster, higher, the danger of raising your upper level. Give me a friendly piece of advice, please, as if we were in a meeting now, and you give me an advice as to important leaders about activities with their teams. Yes, as a person with a lot of experience in that sphere, I understand that it is important, and it was a very painful experience of mine with the Forsage because my former partners did not understand me as they never had to deal with something similar, and didn't understand that one cannot make a domain name forsage.io as a reference link ID1, which I was talking about later. Um, I've been arguing about it a lot, but nothing had been implemented or adjusted. Of course, in the force, there won't be anything of this sort, and there's no ground for a situation where one person at a time is going to be on the ID1, just as in the beginning many things are already performed, but at the same time, it should be done that it won't, it would not turn out that one gets some privileges that are not accessible to others. Was designing it this way in order to provide possibilities to gain any privilege, as someone active enough, even a little, would have it. Starting from the bot, we were opening it, then closing it, then once more we were opening it, and people were still asking. But if we open it now, we'll have to push the date, and we're not going to do so. But that was not a large number. In fact, we have not yet started our promotion campaign properly. We were were only informing the people, and as a result, we have around 15,000 people, which is quite a small amount. Even in the forsage, there were 2 million, but even this amount will, will seem quite small. Therefore, the sequence is as follows. Now, those who entered through the bot have to fix their hierarchy, then report their accounts to their peers, etc. Lada, good afternoon. Since we are talking about the bot, one question, please. Have you ever intended to technically separate those who register for the first time and those who have already been registered, since we give links to their accounts? If someone has the account in the bot and did it beforehand, someone doesn't, and everything is confused. It is not possible, for example, for rookies to only open just stage 3 and 4 so that they could enter the team. Thus, we would eliminate any mess. It causes some discomfort due to these technical challenges. Thanks in advance. The thing is that initially the bot had been designed in order to give those former Forsage participants access and let them in freely, but that opportunity is now closed because otherwise we would have to postpone with the rest. It is an additional option that we don't need now, and as it is now obsolete, we have to move on. It is something that holds our progress tight. It will be bad for the system if we open it again and change the preset deadlines, but we have everything so that each one enters as it should. It is the matter of internal organization. We, for our part, follow that no one randomly enters on the ID one. I have already called the quite low number in the bot, so those who answer now are some of the first people. Everyone who is going to enter one of the two programs before the force will already be within the reference system and will have the possibility of entering the force faster than those who only enter the force. The idea is that we gain popularity little by little in a smooth way. If we take over the forcing, what is happening now is not a movement. I have a very popular question from those who participated in the forcing and from those who want to enter the force. When will there be the priesthood? There will be several stages. There will be the start of the classic that we planned for the 10th of May. You have to test the codes before publishing because later you won't be able to change much. Testing, we're gonna provide some testing to find faults, errors, as there will be errors always. It takes some time to make adjustments and to check everything properly. But it is not that the start is scheduled on the 10th of May, but but this is something that we're planning now. There will be a pre-start part that will last for 3 months, during which there will be a 50% discount for everyone who enters. Then there will be the most interesting. it a discount for anyone who is going to join, going to enter during the 3 months? Yes, anyone who enters either via the bot or not has given a chance to raise money and develop. Let's all. Could you please clarify it for me then? If a rookie, if a newcomer agrees with the possibility and wants to go with me to take on leadership, what does he have to do? Enter the boat, fill in some information or what? Some kind of. What are the requirements? A member who was not registered or who was registered but still needs to fill in some information. Um, I didn't understand the question. For the new ones who enter through the bot. No, no, no. The bot is already closed, and it is a system for the people to go from the old system to the new one. Our newcomers or rookies don't need the bot anymore. The question is due to how it was in other systems where even a few minutes were important. In our case, it is not so that if you enter an hour later or a day later, that's it, you lose anything. No, there's not that case. Not in this situation, not with this project. No, the issue is not that. I'm talking about something else. Do the newcomers have to fill out a form? No, and I'm actually asking everyone to stop talking about the bots in regular chats because it doesn't matter. Some may know it before the newcomers enter, while it doesn't matter at all. And of course, those who come aboard much earlier may get some more perks, but there isn't a big deal. You've met the topic right now. You get together right now. Some may gain some more due to their precedence. It's a normal situation. Lado, alright, we have pre-start up for us the idea, the plans, and so on. That's fine. Since there is a lot of talk about the Force USDT and other stuff, what answer should we give to everyone? We have a certain position to prove, and they try, several of their leaders, they try to blame us for what looks similar. They have already been, they have already seen something like this, and so on. So the question is, what answer should we give them? How should we answer them? Mm, there was already something like that, but in practice, everyone sees that everything works, as I said from the very beginning, that the Forsage was and is a long-term project. Sorry, it was. Uh, Now the forest, we take the best, improve, optimize. Uh, the answer is study marketing. Here, everything is economically feasible. There is going to be an income that is unexplained. Everything can be reviewed. You can wait, see. So the forced USDT and other similar pyramids appear from nowhere and vanish in no time. We're going to continue to develop our project for a long time as before, but now even with more force. Thank you. Our answers coincide. I myself answer in a prefer to answer in a similar manner, and many comprehend it via practice with all of those who say that. It's a great answer. If we want to talk about it in more detail, I'm ready to. Friends, does anyone have more questions? We have 5 minutes left. Hello, everyone. Any questions? My name is Alexei, and I'm here thanks to Telegram. I have a question. When will you be able to hire the people who will translate all the media promotional content into in different languages for Vietnam, Japan, China? It is just that I have some important leaders in Vietnam who are waiting for the presentation. I have already talked with a leader in Japan. He says that he has 1,500 people who are interested, but I cannot give them the information because there is no information in foreign languages. We are already working on that. We have already chosen 25 most popular languages, not all together. Apart from English, we're now working on translating everything into Spanish, Vietnamese, to Chinese, Korean, Indonesian. We have not yet had a demand for Japanese, but it is on the list of 25 languages. It is very important for us, and we're working on it. Uh, Thank you. One more question. In the future, when everything is going to work properly, is it planned to hold meetings of the leaders in different countries, or the leaders themselves are going to organize the events? Because I say in my experience, it's pretty important. Agreed. Yes, it's important. Talking about the history of our previous stage, I even promised that I would arrive myself, but the plans have been screwed up by the COVID, so the leaders themselves were organizing various events on their own. But now I think yes, there is much more freedom of movement and as well as flights, and but you have to plan it thoroughly before doing so. To know the objectives and tasks. In fact, it is an appeal to all of you. We must develop the work offline. With all the possibilities of working online, it is very good to be able to work in person. Uh, so it is still valid. Yes, it requires more resources, but it works fine. There's a particular environment because of offline which people need. Yes, the energy attracts people. Maybe it's even a spiritual level or something of this sort. Although you can work online if you prefer so, because some may find it more useful. Yes, look, I work at Facebook. I find good leaders and they work offline. They open offices and work offline. And I also wanted to ask if some kind of brand book is going to be developed. Yes, we are working on that in particular. We're working intensely on it. I get it. Because the Vietnamese, for example, love to wear T-shirts with a logo, thus showing it everyone while walking or visiting restaurants. Even so, quite interesting. Yes, we have a very thorough approach. Understood. Thank you. What plans are regarding the token project? About the token grand plans, I've told about it a little. The token is going to be launched with the main force program. The pre-sale is possible only via the program and via marketing. So the issuance is limited, and in 3 months it will be released on the open market, and it can be used in different parts. Will make you highly demanded, and the entry into the stock exchange will be possibly even without would be possible even without our participation, but we will also make a move if necessary. Uh, Thank you very much for the answers, for taking the time. I hope that our conferences will be more and more attractive and productive.